The Dead or Alive test is the main reason why I actually started building the repository in the first place, as an extension for From Hell, just to take the effect that little bit further. Before we actually go into the performance and how it works, I'm going to show you inside the repository how to access the batteries, and also how it works. And as I say, it's very simple, it's self-working, and there's nothing that can really go wrong with it. And any areas that do go slightly wrong, they should still work regardless. So you have your repository. Now, if you've already read the instructions, you may have had a look inside. If not, I'm going to show you now how we actually get inside to the batteries, and also show you how it works. Okay, as you can see, you've probably had a look inside. The lid is a two-way lid, so it fits on either way round. Now, the way the Dead or Alive test works, in order to turn it on, the lid is placed round a certain way. So it's either permanently on or permanently off. So permanently off is when you're transporting it around, so the batteries don't run out. And also, you only want it on when you want to perform the Dead or Alive test. Now, how do you know if it's on or off, I hear you ask? Well, of course, the lid will cool down on one side and heat up on the other side, but you're not going to be touching the lid, so you need a visual cue to know that the repository is actually on. And that is, if I show you, I'll turn it round into the on position. As the box faces you, you have screws down this side of the box. Now you can see there are 3 black screws all in a row. Once you get 3 black screws in a row, you know the box is on and the Dead or Alive test can be performed. When you take the lid off, move it round the other way, you don't have 3 black screws in a row. You'll either have the 2 black screws of the top half of the lid facing you, or the 1 black screw from the bottom half of the box facing you. So you know it's in the off position, and that is it. It's either on or off. So 3 black screws in a row, it's on, and that's it. That's all you need to know. The 3 black screws also represent the cold side of the box, so you know that that's the side where you're going to place, in the 2 compartments inside, you're going to place the victim cards on the side of the black screw. If you want to change the side where the cold spot appears, you just literally turn the box round. So now the cold side is on this side and the 3 black screws are facing the spectator. I suggest you do this only after you've done it with the black screws facing you first, so you've got your orientation and you know where the cold spot is, and also that it's on. Okay, let's have a look inside the repository at the battery compartment. So take this part of the box away, if I get the lid the right way around. Now what you have is your map of Whitechapel during the Ripper murders. Now if you just press this side of the map down, the map will pop up, and inside you have all of the mechanics for the Dead or Alive test. You have 2 9-volt battery clips which are fixed with Velcro so you can take them in and out, and these 2 Peltier cells here. Now, as explained in the documentation, Peltier cells are ceramic plates. When provided with a voltage, one side will cool down rapidly, the other side will heat up rapidly, which gives you your temperature difference on the lid, which is brass plated, so it conducts heat very well. One thing I will suggest, first of all, I've supplied 2 9-volt batteries with Aberline's repository. Now these batteries will be fine for a few uses, and they will allow you to get the hang of the mechanics of the Dead or Alive test. But at the earliest opportunity, I suggest you go to an electrical store. In the UK I use Maplin's, and get yourself 2 rechargeable 9-volt batteries. These are 200 milliamp hour, so it's quite high current. The more current you provide the Peltier cells with, the hotter they become and the colder they become. So these 2 9-volt batteries provide, as a total, 18 volts to the Peltier cells, which provides you with enough current and voltage to feel the coldness and the warmth through the brass plated lid. Another feature that I've also provided for Aberline's repository is that should anything go wrong with your copy of Aberline's repository, i.e. one of the Peltier cells stops working, everything else is replaceable itself using the chock block, so there's no solder, so you can just re-screw terminals back in. But if anything was to go wrong, you can actually take the lid section out, so you don't have to return the whole lid. If you unscrew these sections, these brass corners, take them off, unscrew these wires and push and take the tape off, the actual brass plate lid comes away completely with the two Peltier cells attached. So if that was the problem, you could just return in an A4 envelope the actual brass plate lid with the Peltier cells attached. I can then replace them, return them to you, just pop the lid back on, screw the brass corners back, and you have a working Aberline's repository again. It makes it easy to maintain and user-friendly.